Good afternoon, everyone. And I'll start before people have arrived, so they will join in due course. It's a journey through a very different space, which is a cyber space. I was here yesterday also to receive the award. That time also I expressed some ideas. It's a very short time, 15 minutes, to speak about a very big topic, but I will try to just share some one or two ideas with you so that at least we start thinking in the right direction. Firstly, I just want to say that I have been a police officer for 33 years, and out of that, 13 years I've spent in the field of cyber security, cybercrime, and that too out of my own choice, my own free will. I was never posted in that department of policing, cyber crime cell, cyber division, whatever. I started it as an experiment by chance, 2011, when it was a very evolving and a very new concept, just trying to train police officers to deal with this crime. See, when you have to control crime, there are two things which have to, any crime, particular crime, if you have to deal with it, then two things have to converge. One, the security force or the police or whatever you call it, law enforcement, they have to be equipped and trained to deal with that type of crime. The other concept is that the citizens should be aware how to protect themselves in that space. So first we started with the training part of it, and then it just became a kind of a mission for me, passion, obsession, whatever you call it. So I kept doing it for 13 years. Started with training police officers in small courses, but then shifted to making people aware, because that is the main key where the security in cyberspace lies. So I have done it for 13 years, and my experience, I can tell you a few things about it today. I've got research in this field. I've done so many things. I've got two honorary doctorates, 2 DLITs. I have 5 world records, so many things in my journey in this cyber world, cyber security world. And from that, I will share one concept with you today, and if I have time, then another one, but only one to start with. What I want to say to everyone is that in my 33 years, I have worked all over the world as a police officer. I have worked in 2 UN missions, 1 Government of India mission. As a result, I have worked in Africa, Europe, North America, Central Asia, South Asia. So I have worked in most part of the world as a police officer. As a result, I have seen all types of crime happening all over the world, dealt with it. All types of security situations all over the world, and dealt with that too. So after that experience, if any one of you asks me that what is the biggest threat to citizen security, can you tell me from my experience? Then, you know, there are many things in security, many types of security. There is external security, which is called defense, internal security, border security, coastal security, and then there is one citizen security, the security of the citizens, which is provided by the police of that area or the law enforcement agency. So if you would ask me the biggest challenge in that sphere for people's safety, then without any hesitation, I can tell you the number one problem is cyber security problem. It is such a big threat, but people don't take it very seriously. I have said it from my experience that it's number one, but फिर भी people don't take it very seriously. What is the reason for that? And the reason is very simple. The reason is that in the cyber world, you will never see the danger. It's a very good world. Sit anywhere, call anyone, transfer any money, book any ticket, download any movie, listen to any song, make any friend in any corner of the world by pressing a button. A great world, full of entertainment, full of convenience, but you don't see the danger. That doesn't mean the danger is not there. It is there, but you cannot see it till it's too late. I always say, wherever human beings exist, real or virtual, criminals are there in the same amount, same number. The only problem is, here you can't see them. So that is why they become more dangerous than the criminals or the dangers which you can see. Because obviously then you cannot do anything about it because you don't see the danger. We are human beings. We are made that way, that we react or we do something when we see the danger, when we feel the danger, then we do something about it. But when you're not going to see it, then what are you going to do? Mostly nothing. And that's what is happening. People are doing literally nothing. And that's why they're becoming easy victims to cybercrime. But in the last 6 months, last 1 year, I have taken thousands of sessions all over the world, I told you. I've seen that it has suddenly exploded. People from all over the world, and India especially, contact me, WhatsApp, email, SMS, whatever, phone call, and tell me the problems that they're facing. And I know, but in the last 6 months or 1 year, I've seen that it is suddenly just exploded. What is the reason for that? The reason is very small. And the reason is so small it fits in your and my pocket. The reason is this: the over-dependence or the overuse of this, which is called a mobile phone. But is it a phone? Phone is a device to contact each other. You know that. But is this just a phone today? It is not. What is the first thing we all do when we get up in the morning? Our eyes don't open, but our hands search for this. And we see the time and say, oh, it's 6:30. Chalo, hum bhi ud jate hain. First good morning, where? Here. No mother, father, no brother, sister, no husband, wife. Good morning. What is the last thing you do before you sleep? Put it to charge. इसको बोलते हैं सो जा बेटा. तू जब तक नहीं सोएगा तो मैं कैसे सोऊंगा? So last good night where? Here. So from the first good morning to the last good night, this is what is in contact with you. So this is just not a phone. It's a part of our body in a way. It has become a way of life. But ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, this is also the gateway from which cybercrime reaches you and me. And it reaches you and me all the time because this is with us all the time. So I say a crime reaches you through this gateway, which first of all can happen at any time. There is no time for cybercrime. Any other crime has a particular time. You go out of the house, maybe your house is burgled. You're driving a car, maybe you have an accident. But for cybercrime, there's no time. You might be lying on bed, you might become victim of a crime. You might be sitting on your washroom, you might become victim of cybercrime. You might be sitting back there and not probably liking what I'm saying and talking on phone. At that time, only you might become victim to that crime. So at any time crime from here. Second, with anyone. Is there anybody here who can say, sir, I'm not, I don't know what you're saying, I cannot be subject to cybercrime? There's nobody. From a child to an elderly, from an educated person to a not very educated person, from a rural dweller to a city folk, everybody. I go to schools many times, and I used to go earlier, I used to call children of 10th, 11th and 12th and make them sit and try to explain to them. But now I go to schools, I see kids of 5th, 6th sitting there. First time I went, a very big school in Indore, it's called GD Goenka. I found very small children. I said, Inko kyun le aaye? What way am I going to talk to them? But then I said, I have come, let me ask them. I said, just tell me, how many of you have your own device? I was really shocked. 90% of the small children raised their hands and said, we have our own device. Just imagine, what's the maturity level of that small kid? That's why I believe that the biggest targets of cybercrime are children. Because first, they're not mature enough to deal with these kind of situations. Second, they're innocent. Once they get trapped in something, then they keep getting more trapped because they don't know what to do about it. So it can happen at any time, it can happen with anyone, and it can happen in any way. I call it the one mistake crime. You make one mistake, and then you see. Receive one wrong phone call, accept a wrong friend request, download one wrong file, install one wrong app, scan a wrong QR code, press one wrong link, one mistake, and then you see. You might lose $100, 500 rupees if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you might end up losing your life. Yeah? And that one mistake, when you do, you don't even know it. You can keep lamenting later that, oh my God, why did I pick up that call? Why did I accept that friend request? But then it's too late. The thing which had to be done has happened. So anytime, anywhere, anyone, crime comes from here, and we keep this with us all the time, and this gate is open all the time. So basic concept of cybersecurity should be for citizens to close this door effectively. There's no door which can be sealed. I'm a police officer, I can tell you. But effective way of closing this gateway to cybercrime so that we are better secure in the virtual world. One last thing, how to do it. In a short way, I will tell you. This is a very long concept. It's very interesting. If we meet some other time, we can always discuss. But as of today, I just want to say how to close that door. My experience I'm sharing, as I said, this is not written in any textbook or it's not researched by any scientist from some other country. It's my experience of so many years. What I have seen in my experience is, how do you close this door? The way is only one. Firstly, I will offer a psychological solution, not a technological solution. Technology, according to me, only improves performance. till a better technology comes along. So you might do a good antivirus in your device, but a new virus will be not stopped by that antivirus. So it is across the board. So technology will give you short-term benefit. It is psychology, mind, which will make you give you victory even in this field. Because mind is the one which gives you victory in every field if you actually control it and if you use it. So it's a psychological solution which will help you to solve this problem also in the best possible manner. What is that? That is the last thing I like to tell you. First, you must know and believe and understand we live in two worlds, real world, virtual world. This world, the real, actual, physical world, and this cyber, digital, virtual, whatever, but this is also a world. We are born in the real world, we connect to the virtual world, connect through a device. That's why I call it a device-based world. You connect through a device into this world. As a result, you enter another world. And this world, friends, is very different from this world. So the mindset of this world is very different from this world. We are born in the real world, we have to live in the real world. Our mindset is all for the real world. When you put this mindset of the real world into this world, you're going to make a mistake because it's not made for this world. The way you see, the way you talk, the way you interact, the way you act, the way you react, the way you hear, the way you respond to people in the real world is different. This world has to be different because this is a different world. So we have to actually recognize that and change our mindset when we enter this world. It's very easy to say, it's very difficult to do. I know that. I just tell you that change your mindset and I go away from here and you will change your mindset. It's not going to happen. I know that. But that doesn't mean you don't start trying. And that has to start not from today, it has to start from now. When you pick up your device next time and when you switch on that laptop or your computer next time, just keep it in mind, this is a different world. And do some things which I'm going to, what to do. Slowly, your mindset will change. And definitely, you'll be in a better, secure position in this world when that happens. And what do you have to do? According to me, there is one key to cybersecurity. This is the only key. This is not the best way. This is the only way. And it is your way. You have to do it. I cannot do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. What is that way? That way, because cybercrime, I say, is a crime between an individual and his or her device. The crime which occurs between you and your device, cybercrime. Does anybody come between you and your device? We are talking to the wrong person and giving all the information. We are downloading the wrong file and infecting our device. We are accepting a wrong friend request and taking such a big danger on board. Who's doing that mistake? We are doing it. Who can prevent us from doing these mistakes? Is there anybody who can sit with us 24/7 and stop us from doing these wrong things? There is nobody. A cyber policeman? There's no such person. Is there any system which can come between you and your device and stop you from doing these things? Again, as of today, there is not. If tomorrow something comes, well and good, but I'm talking about today. So as of today, there is no system, there is no person who can prevent you from doing mistakes and becoming victim of cybercrime. Then who can do it? You can do it. And when will you do it? When you're aware. Awareness, friends, is the only key to cybersecurity. Awareness, your awareness, not anybody else's awareness. The more aware you are, the more alert you will be, the more secure you will be. It will change your mindset and you will get security. And last thing, awareness is knowing things and doing those things. People feel knowing is awareness. I don't think so. Knowing is knowledge. जानकारी होना से आप जानकार बनते हो, पर उस जानकारी का जब आप उपयोग करते हो, तब आप जागरूक बनते हो. That is called awareness. Everyone knows wearing a helmet, wearing a mask, wearing a seat belt is good for your own safety. But there are many people who still don't do it. So they are not aware. They may know things, they are knowledgeable, but they are not aware. So awareness is the only key. In the real world, I'm a police officer. If you have a security problem, you ask me, I can do many things to give you security. I can do surveillance, I can do patrolling, I can do checking, I can do preventive arrest, I can give you personal security. There's so many techniques to give security to any person. But if you come to me and say, give me security in the cyber world, can I do it? As I told you, I can't. It has to be done by you. That mistake, not to do the mistake is your way. That is what you have to do. Nobody can help you in that. And that is the only key, as I said, and that is awareness. Be aware, be alert, be secure. Know things, do those things, and lastly, do those things every time. not sometimes. I've seen this in cybersecurity also. People sometimes do something which is okay, and sometimes they don't. They sometimes accept an unknown friend request, and sometimes they don't. What is that? That is zero security. I say security is a choice. It is not a choice, sorry, it's a habit. Make it a habit. Habit means every time. You go out of a house, you lock it every time. You don't lock it sometimes, that अगर कल आज छोड़ देते हैं, आज today चोरों की छुट्टी है, ऐसे तो you don't do. You do it every time. It's your habit. So make cyber security also your habit. So you know things, you do those things, and you do them every time. And that, I believe, is the only key to cybersecurity. And that message has to be taken to everyone, told to everyone. Then there are many small things, phishing attacks, and so how to deal with it. There's so many things which are very interesting. When you hear them, then you know them. And then when you know them, then you have to do them. So, but I cannot tell you all those things now because the time is limited. But I've given you an idea of what is the direction that you, your children, your elderly, everyone has to take. I believe that if you work in this direction, you will give yourself better security than at present. I have seen people at the highest, I have been to biggest organizations, biggest institutions, IIMs, IITs, I don't know, everywhere. I've seen people have enough knowledge to send rockets to the moon, but they don't have enough common sense to secure the device. And I've seen people senior most in all fields, you name it. They may be journalists, they may be politicians, they may be police officers, they may be actors, they may be scientists, they may be bankers, every field, army officers, falling prey to very basic crime because they have not changed their mindset. So I would request that you think of what I've said, and I'm sure you will understand what it is all about, and then start doing it yourself and spread the message to people around you also, so that this concept of cyber security multiplies, and the insecurities which are happening in this field are checked. And because it is happening very fast, there's so many attacks. I get phones all over, so many times I get these people contacting me. I'm also surprised. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I hope my ideas make sense to you, but if you ever meet again, we'll talk some more. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.